Chasing Lions is proud to provide you with Dermafill, tomorrow's wound care dressing today.
The Dermafill family of biocellulose wound dressings is a group of microscopically permeable membranes made from biocellulose produced by a non-pathogenic bacteria, Acidobacter xylinium, which is found in nature. When placed on a clean wound bed, the Dermafill dressings enhance the healing process by acting as a semi-permeable scaffolding covering granulation tissue, attracting fibroblasts to the wound bed, and laying down collagen and growth factors. Dermafill is simple to apply and is non-allergenic. This is typically a one-time application. For more large and/or complex wounds, Dermafill may need to be patched or reapplied. Dermafill is indicated for non-infected acute and chronic partial thickness wounds. No modifications are necessary for mild to moderate exudative wounds. However, if drainage is excessive, holes can be created in the dressing, allowing excess fluid to escape. These holes can be patched with Dermafill without having to change the complete dressing. Dermafill dressings stop pain by intimately covering the wound bed and reducing pain fiber exposure to air. Dermafill dressings stop bleeding by trapping thrombocytes within the pores and scaffolding of the membrane. The Dermafill membrane also creates a physical microbial barrier between the wound and the environment. Although the membrane is porous to allow the wound to breathe, the pores are too small to allow bacteria to penetrate.
The Dermafill family of wound dressings is a group of microscopically semi-permeable membranes made from biocellulose produced by a non-pathogenic gram-negative bacteria Acidobacter xylinium. This microbial cellulose scaffolding, when applied correctly to a wound, stops bleeding, vastly reduces surface pain, and adheres without adhesives or secondary dressings, creating an occlusive, water-permissible, breathable barrier that expedites healing with just one application. Cellulose is the most commonly found organic compound on Earth. Its primary function is to fortify the walls of plant cells and has been harvested from plants for commercial applications, such as paper manufacturing. By using the non-pathogenic compound Acidobacter xylinium, we're now able to apply the strength and scaffolding properties of cellulose to topical wound care with Dermafill. And just as the advent of paper transformed society, Dermafill has the capacity to revolutionize wound management. When applied to a clean, healthy wound bed, Dermafill augments the natural healing response. As a semi-permeable scaffold, it's able to enhance granulation by attracting fibroblasts, endothelial cells, and keratinocytes to the wound bed. Through the formation of collagen and the release of other growth factors, healing may take place at an accelerated rate. Because Dermafill is simply an empty scaffold, it is non-allergenic. It's also easy to apply, as the vast majority of wounds require only a single application. For larger or more complex wounds, Dermafill may require patching of residual defect or a simple reapplication. Even when an additional application is required, Dermafill is far easier and more convenient than traditional wound dressings that may require daily or weekly changes. Dermafill is indicated for clean, non-infected partial thickness wounds, both acute or chronic in nature. In addition to the biocellulose acting as scaffolding or fibroblasts and other healing cells, its porous nature allows for transpiration or free gas exchange. For wounds with mild to moderate amounts of exudate, Dermafill may be used without modification. For more profuse seepage, such as with larger defects, cutting drainage slits allow the excess fluid to escape. No further modification is needed. As the wound heals and drainage is reduced, a new piece of Dermafill may be used to create a patch to restore the full integrity of the barrier. Dermafill dressings stop bleeding by trapping platelets, which help to initiate hemostasis and coagulation. Not only is hemostasis achieved, the membrane creates a physical microbial barrier between the wound and the environment. This barrier may help to reduce pain by protecting exposed nerve fibers and pain receptors. Since Dermafill remains in place, There is no risk of the micro-debridement that occurs when traditional bandages are removed, exposing nerve fibers and reinitiating the pain response. As a protection from irritants, such as nerve contact and exposure to air, wound-related pain is quickly alleviated. Although the membrane's porosity allows for gas exchange, aggregation of fibroblasts, platelets, endothelial cells, and other regenerative cells, the pores are too small for bacteria to penetrate. Similar to the strength of a plant's cell wall, Dermafill has tremendous tensile strength, which enables it to remain in place for the duration of the healing process without having to be changed. No other wound care bandage is as effective and fast-acting as Dermafill, with an unrivaled capacity to enhance and accelerate the natural healing process. Dermafill is a significant advancement in the field of wound care treatment.
The following video will show you how Dermafill is applied. It is crucial to start with a clean wound bed that is free of infection and debrided if necessary. The wound should be left moist prior to applying the Dermafill dressing. Cut Dermafill to the wound size, leaving a 1 cm border. Once Dermafill adheres to the wound bed, you may trim any excess. It is imperative to completely saturate Dermafill with sterile saline. This allows for moist wound healing. For proper application, air bubbles and creases must be removed to allow the intimate contact that is essential for healing to begin. Secondary dressings can be used but are not necessary. Should you choose to apply a secondary dressing, it must be one that is breathable and non-occlusive. Air exchange must be present in order for Dermafill to be successful in wound healing. After the Dermafill dressing is completely dry, showering is acceptable, although soaking in water will dissolve the interface between Dermafill and the wound. If these steps are followed precisely, you will be on your way to simple and efficient wound healing.